Welcome to the Darker's Path. I'm Shelley, and I have a family-owned online quilt shop, and it's at darkerspath.com. So go on there and have a look and shop at your leisure. To get started today, I wanted to say we had a great time out at the IODE quilt show in Petrolia. We saw a lot of people. We were chatting away. It was just a wonderful time. Beautiful quilts to see, and I'm just so happy to have met so many new people that did not know that we even existed. So this is a perfect opportunity for us to go out there and meet people. So we really love those types of opportunities. To start with, I have our big winner from July 1st to September 30th. Anybody that made a purchase in that time, they get their name into winning this lovely package here of 5 1-yard cuts of Christmas fabric and a pattern. And the big winner is Norma Wright. And I believe, Norma, we saw you out at the Petrolia IODE quilt show. So please, actually, I dropped you a line to let you know, so you know that this is waiting for you. Last video, I completely forgot about to give away a prize. So sorry about that. So this time, if you leave a comment, like, subscribe, we are really getting close to 1,000 subscribers. So how nice would it be if we got over the top? If you leave a comment and subscribe, you can be in the running for a $25 gift card that we have to win for this video. I will have another big prize. I haven't put it together yet, so I'll probably mention on our next video. So that will be starting, let me see, October 1st to December 31st. Anybody that makes a purchase will be in the running for that big prize. So again, next video, I will show you what that one will be. Oh, I want to say that we will be, we will be at the Sarnia Guild as vendors on the November meeting, as well as the retreat that, at the Guild, which will be later on in the month of November, around the 28th or 27th. I don't have the exact date written down in front of me, but around that time. So that's where we're going to be for upcoming in November. And I just want to say that my friend Helen and I were actually, I'm going out of my comfort zone. We are actually going to a retreat, an overnight retreat. I have never been on one. Of all the years of quilting and stitching, I have never been on a retreat. So this is my first time going, and this is put on by Evertote, and they are in London, Evertote Roxy Floss, and this is for cross stitch. And Helen and I are so excited. So we're going to, I'll be taking some video and some photos and stuff. So when we get back on the following video after that, I will show you what a great time that we're gonna have. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. New to the shop, yes, we got some new stuff in. So what I'm gonna show you are some few kits that we got in, and these are the June Taylor Quilt As You Go kit. So this one here is a stocking kit. So this is perfect for anybody that's just starting out quilting. You just follow the lines and the numbers, and you put the fabric down. So, and we have another one called Log Cabin Mug Mat. Looks like this. And we have a couple of those. And I've got the bigger one, a set of 6 Venice placemats. So this will be really nice with whatever collection you find. And I'm going to show you how to make this mug rug with the Quilt As You Go, the June Taylor Quilt As You Go method. So stick around for that tutorial. We have some new white on white fabrics. People seem to be liking those, and we're getting low on them. So I got a couple of more. These are some nice big polka dots. Hopefully you can see that, but it is a white on white tone. This is very, I guess, really quite bright white. So, and then we have this lovely pine branches, white on white tone as well. So hopefully Angela's can get in there nice and tight so you can see that. Really pretty. We have a few bolts of fabric in on this next collection, and it is called, let me see, I always have them upside down. Okay. Three Sisters Vintage Linens Lavender Fields. So we have this one with the little white dots on like the lavender color background. It's beautiful. This one has these nice lavender little well, not really flowers, but hopefully you can see it close up with the kind of a beige, light beige background. And the third one has a bit of a texture of a lavender print, not really print, sorry, of a lavender background, and you just kind of see a bit of a texture into it. So there's those three. We have some really pretty Fig Tree and Company fabric, and it's called Agatha Road. So we have this one. It's got a bit of orange and light beige, dark beige. Number 2 has kind of like scallops in it. Third one I have, these are great for backgrounds by the way, is this one here. It's got a tiny bit of orange, some beige, and light beige. Those are the new ones we have in. And we have our feature collections. There are 2 Halloween ones. One's called Home Sweet Haunt, and the other one Witchy Wood. So Home Sweet Haunt looks like this. I'm just gonna hold all 3 of them up. Hopefully you can see. These are 25% off until October 17th, as well as the Witchy Wood. So I just didn't want to pick those up too. Those bolts are heavy. Okay, what have I been working on? Well, I think we're winding down a bit with the blockheads. This was block number 17. It's called Ninth Wonder. It's actually pretty simple. It's just like a little 9 patch, and then you've got the big border around it. It says, I think, to make something like 8 of these. I made 1. Okay, I made 1. I didn't want to make 8. First of all, I'd probably run out of fabric. And I kind of like fussy cut that middle bit with the little pumpkin. So I'll work it in. I don't know how I'm gonna lay this out when it's all said and done, but I probably will not follow what they have because I didn't make 2 of the blocks, or they say make 2 of the blocks. So I just been making 1. So there's quite a few blocks. So it'll be a good size quilt. Number 18, Sweet Pea by Heather Briggs. It looks like this. And what I did, it's a little more tricky, this one. But what I did was, you can see the 4 blocks on the outside here. I used the Cat's Cradle ruler by Creative Grids to make that, and it came out perfect. Like, you can just see that there was no error or anything if you have one of those rulers. And I also used the Flying Geese ruler for that piece right there, and then just, piece the rest of it together. So I really like doing this block because it has a little bit more of a challenge. So there's that one. And I think this goes to early November. So we'll see how this one turns out. I made more progress on my temperature quilt. I added the September column. So I'm going to hold it up and you'll see I only have October, November, December left. So this is what it looks like. And I'll just try to get the bottom. It's looking really colorful, and I think I'm really going to like this one when it's all done. Now, I actually started a new quilt. I was watching some of my floss tube, and there's a few women that also quilt as well as do cross stitch. Now, they've been doing this all year, so I am like jumping in this really, really late. But I finally just said, oh, no, I have to do this one. It's just so cute. It's called Vintage Christmas Quilt Along, and it's with the Lori Holt book. So I'll show you what the book looks like. So this is the free downloads, so you can see what the fabric requirements are. This is the book. You have to have the book to do this quilt, and they have both the 6-inch and 12-inch blocks in here, but you're only going to do the 6-inch, which, let me tell you, it is not easy to do. There are some of these blocks that have the tiniest little pieces you can imagine, but it really does it really helps you with your skill level to be able to do some of these blocks. So if you can't do it all in one sitting, just kind of walk away and come back to it. But I have to say, I am really, really happy that I did start this one. And I know I've got a long way to catch up, but I fully intend on catching up. So I'm going to be working on this one because it is so darn cute. Now, I used a different fabric collection, and I'm going to show you one by one my blocks. So the first one was Jesus in the Manger. Now that has a little bit of embroidery on it. This one was a little fussy to do, but again, you go one step at a time. So that's block 1. Block 2 with these candy canes. So you do the stripes. And there's 2 different backgrounds that it calls for. So it's a light and a dark one. So these first couple ones are using the dark background. So that's number 2. Number 3, thank goodness, was a lot easier. This was like a wreath one. These are my color choices. Number 4, again, a bit of a challenge because they were very, very tiny pieces. You can see here that on the candle flame, there's a little sew and flip right on the edge. And those are a 3/4 inch cutout square that you have to do sew and flip. So I'm with tiny, tiny little pieces, but it does show, you can see it. And if you just take your time and go slow, this is what the result is for that one. And I got a 5th one done this morning. So this star one here. So that's my progress on this quilt. And I think I'm going to say something like 40 or 42 different blocks. But there's some of them, they're just like, they are quite challenging. And then there's other ones that aren't too bad. So, but I do love doing this quilt. And hopefully, by the time Christmas comes, I will be caught up. I always like to add a little bit of cross stitch. So last month I did the September free pattern from Primrose Cottage, which if you want to get the free patterns, you have to just sign up for their newsletter and they will send you the link to the free pattern. So, and it's free for the entire month and then they put it on for sale. But this is my fully finish of that one. I showed you when I was finished stitching, and I just made this little pillow. So that's really cute to display for the fall. And yesterday was the October one that came out, and it's called Hello Autumn. So this one's a lot faster to stitch up. And it's cute, and this is my progress. I'm just going to put it on the board so you can see it. Now, I haven't hit the sunflower part of it, but this is my start that I've got. Well, it's probably about, 2/3 done. And I should probably have the rest of that done today or tomorrow, and then I'll make a fully finish out of it. But I just like doing them because they're quick, and I have a lot of really big projects, so to do these in between gives you that satisfaction of, hey, I got something done. And speaking of my bigger projects, I'm going to show you. Maybe I'll just hold this one up because it's so big. This one is from Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, and I am making some good progress. You can see over there on the far left is the scarecrow. I got him all done. I think there's a bunch of pumpkins that have to go, but this is my oldest whip. I've had this since before the pandemic. I do know that it's when I started it, so it might still be another couple of Halloweens before I get it all done, but there's a lot of stitching on this, and I think when it's done, I'm going to get a nice big frame and hang this one up because I just love how it's turning out. And this is done with DMC. The next one I have, I've got this book called Witchy Stitching. And this is the one I'm working on. It's called Bat Coven. And I almost have this one done. So I'm going to put this one on the board so you can see it. And I love this fabric because it has all these words written. It's like cursive words behind it. So this is what I've got done so far. So I've got 2 bats fully finished, and I just have to finish this bat right here. Then I'll be able to put a frame on this one. Of course, I have to show you the Elizabeth Stevenson 1854 2025 Queen of the May. My progress. I have almost completed page 4. So just the tiniest bit left to do on that. So here's my progress, which I think, wow, it's really looking good. So I just have to finish a little bit on the basket, and then page 4 will be done. These strings, I kept them on, these threads, I just kept them on because I'm going to be continuing down on the page below. So this is the progress, and hopefully within the year that I have started that I'll have this one done because it's got 12 pages, and I like to do 1 page per month, and I'm kind of there, but maybe it'll take me 13 months, I don't know, but it's looking really, really good. Now here's a tutorial on how to make this really cute June Taylor mug rug. Today we're going to make the June Taylor Spooky Mug Mats Quilt As You Go kit. This is what the part of the packaging looks like. So you get 2 of these little mug rugs in the kit. They are very, very simple to do, beginner friendly. So if you are even thinking about trying out quilting, getting one of these kits is probably your best option because you're going to do everything in one step. So I made the first one just as a tester. Again, very, very simple. It comes with these little the 4.5 inch squares that you need to start with. So this one is boo to you. You get yourself some fat quarters or even some scraps that you've got lying around, and you cut your 2.5 inch strips, and this is what it looks like. One is a log cabin mat, which is this, and the simple steps, which is this. So it lays it out for you. You've got numbers, so you just follow the numbers for the piecing, 1, 2, 3, just counting. That's all it is. Very simple. And when you cut out this piece, which is your batting, first, do not put an iron on this because this will come off, okay? We don't want to touch an iron to this. But what we want to do is we want to cut out 1/4 inch from the outside line. And it has little lines that extend over by 1/4 inch. So you have a nice guide right there. It's extremely simple. So this one, I just cut out 2.5 inch strips and went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I used the self-binding method on this one, which you can see it's just all one piece, right? And then you extend it over a bit, and then you fold and fold again on top. And then the corners, you just tuck it in as you're folding on that last bit. And that's what gives you the mitered corner. I am not a fan of this. I've tried it, and I don't like the sewing on top part. I'd rather sew in the ditch, but that's my preference, and I know a lot of people do their binding like this, and there's nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing. It's just personal preference. So I gave this one a go, and that's what it looks like. So we are going to do mat number 2, which is this one here. Okay, here's our piece. I just made a mistake. This is take 2. I had to rip out. So Angelus will work his magic and make that lovely edit. Okay, what I forgot. This is our backing. We have to put our backing down first. And then we put this over top. Silly me. Okay, so now take our piece. Center it as best you can. Okay. And we're going to add piece 2 and 3 here and here. So let's pin those in place. Yeah, the simplest things, you think you've got it, and then, oh my gosh, reality sets in, and maybe I don't. Mistakes happen. Okay, that's okay. I caught that in the beginning, so that's a good thing. So let's just pin this guy in place, and we will sew it down. Come back for step 2. Here's our first pieces, sewn at 1/4 inch in. Fold it over with your finger. Turn it. Fold. Now these pieces I cut at 4.5 inches. So they're 1.5 inch. All the strips 1.5. And now it's 4.5, and the next one is called for 6.5, which I trimmed up. So we're just going to, let me see, try and get that more, a little bit straighter. We're going to put it on this way. So let's pin that into place. I'm kind of liking these pins. See how they have the little silicone end to it, and they're kind of long. I think these ones became my new favorites. Okay, and then we put this along that line. So let's pin that one. I think there's a lot of room for error in this if you don't have anything, have it exact. Or, I mean, you definitely could make this yourself on a piece of batting. You could put a 4.5 inch square in the middle, and then just with a pencil or something. If you've had a little bit of experience, you could just cut your lengths and just quilt as you go. So this, okay, I'm going to run that 1/4 inch seam on each side of that. Okay, these pieces are done, so we just fold over and press. Other side. Every time I sew on batting, my fabric always shifts just a little. No matter how careful or how much careful I pin it down or sew, it always seems to shift just a little. So it doesn't matter for something like this, but because it's hidden under the seam, because you can see a little bit of the blue line there. And even though I put it right on, it's just, I don't know, my machine, or maybe it's me, who knows. But anyway, let's just carry on. So 6 and 7, I believe I said that with, yeah, a 6.5. So let's go. Yeah, let's try the white. And I said 6.5. cut our 6.5-inch piece. Face down, face down. Okay, so we're going to run it right along. See, that's going to peek out a little, but that's okay. It's going to be underneath, and we won't see it. Flip that around, line it up with the blue line. And I did starch my fabric before I started, but oh well, happens. Okay, I'm going to run that 1/4-inch seam again, and then you get the idea how you build out. Go 9, 10, like 8 and 9, 10, 11. So I'm going to just finish those pieces, and I'll come back and we'll get to the trim up stage. Now you can see all the strips have been added. So that was the easy part. And I also want to let you know that this here piece, don't put an iron on it, because that black will come off. So you're going to have to just rely on just, you know, finger pressing. So now it says to trim, because I'm going to use my own binding around the edges. So I'm not going to use the self-binding method. So I'm going to trim where it says on these blue lines to get the outside. So let's go that side, flip it. It's got the little marks that extend out so you can see it. And hold it. This will also get rid of all my little overhangs too, so that's a good thing. There and there. Okay. Trim. And one more side, like so. There, look at that. Oh, look, no mistakes. Yay. Can't see my mistakes now. Okay, back. See our quilting. So now I'm just going to take this and bind it, and I'll show you the finished product. Here's our finished mug rug. And you can see that the way I did the binding was I stitched in the ditch, so you can't see that stitching. The back, yes, you can see the stitching, but it's on the back. So that is my preferred way to do it. So you can see the difference from that one to that one. But these are the two that come in the kit. This is June Taylor Spooky Mug Mats, and what we have in the shop, we have a couple of the June Taylor kits. They're not the Spooky Mug Rugs. They're a different one, but they are the same principle, the same type of kit, so give it a try, especially if you're new, and have fun. Thank you so much for watching and supporting us. We greatly appreciate it. So as always, keep sewing, keep stitching.